Aloha, everyone. We got live and inspired today. Reason why I'm making this video, because it's another thing I wanted to talk about, and that is gym etiquette. Now, I'm making this video. I went to the gym earlier. I have two videos I probably will be putting up either later today, like tonight, or tomorrow. Haven't figured out which one yet. But yeah, I went to the gym and did some workouts, just, normal day. Like today was chest traps. I did some abs. So I did a few of my workouts that I normally do on those days. I didn't do the whole thing, or I didn't film the whole thing. But there's a few that I did. I actually had to do it over again because I wasn't really too keen on the first one. Also, too, there was a bunch of guys just kind of like horsing around and all that jazz when I was actually working out. And I think it's because they saw me like have like my tripod set up at one point, and I was trying to do it, and they were just being loud and obnoxious. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I just do it some other time. Lo and behold, they left. Thank fuck. And I was like, you know what, I'll just give it another shot. We'll do take two. So, and so you'll see in the video, it's like, hey, this is take two. So that's what that means. But yeah, I want to talk about gym etiquette today. So because I know a lot of people may have questions or may not understand what gym etiquette is and things of that nature. And okay, so I'll jump right into it. Okay, so for me, because there's do's and don'ts, right? Basically a big and easy one is just putting your weights back. If you're a strong buff dude who gets 100-pound weights and dumbbells, and you're like, and and you can lift them like, I don't know, 10 times 3 sets, each, then you're man enough to put them fuckers back, right? Or don't get them in the first place because it's really stupid. Or just, do barbell, man. Because this is the thing about like barbells and dumbbells. I've always, and now this is just me. So, and this isn't bro science. This is just the way I've always done it, and it's always worked for me. Barbell is for strength, right? So flat bench, incline, decline, barbell bench. Those are for strength. Those are for power. When you get into dumbbells, those can be used for power too, but those are more for individual tone, technique. Those are for control, because I'm left-handed. I'm predominantly left-handed. Like some things I learned to do with my right because I had to, but predominantly I'm left-handed. So my left side is automatically going to be stronger than my right, even though my right, for some reason, my right arm is like much bigger than my left arm. My left arm is more cut, more tone, but my right arm is more bulky. So, but the thing is that the oh, sorry. Yeah, I was getting on dumbbells. It's more for tone. It's more for shaping the muscle, right? Because you have that control. Because you're always going to have one side that's more dominant than the other. It's just the way it is. But dumbbells help you to learn control in that factor, in that realm. Another thing too. So yeah, when you're done, use a towel or use the alcohol or moist towelettes that a lot of the gyms have. Why wipe down your equipment after using it? Well, let me tell you something, man. There's a thing called staph infection that people can obtain, and the number one, and this segues into another gym etiquette thing. Don't wear fucking tank tops, man. Just wear shit like this, dude. You know, I mean, you don't have to wear long sleeves, but just wear a t-shirt. Wear a ratty ass t-shirt. You know, I mean, don't make sure that it has like fucking nasty holes in it or anything. But just I mean, if it has like if it's just like a shirt that you really love and it has like some deodorant stains still because you loved it so much because you had it since like, I don't know, since high school, and you're like in your 30s now, then okay, use it as a gym shirt, man. If it's your lucky shirt, just use it as a gym shirt. No one gives a fuck if you have deodorant stains. But the thing is, though, is that if you wear tank tops, you're exposing your body more and more to another person's body sweat, another person's body in general, and their bacteria and stuff like that. So, and not a lot of people wipe down their machines. Now, if you just got, I will say this, if you just got on a machine, like you're just starting out, you haven't even built up sweat yet. So, I mean, that's one thing. I know some people, they don't even sweat. They barely sweat. Me, I sweat like I sweat in a snowstorm. That's how bad I am. I mean, even like, even when I'm not nervous, my hands get clammy and stuff like that. It's just, that's the way it is. Like, I'm sweating right now. I mean, but I drank some coffee, so, but it's just one of those things where good gym etiquette is just wipe your machines down, and don't say, oh, well, it says please wipe your machine. It's like, just do it. It's not a suggestion. Just do it. It's, it doesn't take that long to do. And you don't have to get a fucking towelette every fucking time. Just take one, wipe it down. You do your workout on the next bench, then it's probably going to be still wet. I mean, the damn thing doesn't. I mean, if it's really soaked, I mean, it won't take like 20 minutes to fucking air dry. I know, because I've used those ones before, where it's just like really soaked. It's like you can wring it out. But yeah, so that's another one. Also, too, another big one. Don't interrupt a person when they're in a set, in the middle of a set, right? So if you see a person working out on a machine and you want like downs or next, or want to know how many more repetitions or exercises they're going to do on the fucking machine, just wait, okay, until they're done. Don't come up to them, because number one, you're breaking their concentration just by your presence being there and being in line of sight, right? Because especially if they're lifting heavy, if they're trying to, I mean, if you're lifting heavy, you should always have a spotter. But sometimes too, like, having a spotter there, you kind of, it's a gift and a curse, because sometimes when I'm in the line of sight of somebody, it's harder for me to get into my music, get into my groove, because, man, dude, like, when I'm at the gym, I get pumped, like, right? I get psyched up. I psych myself up through my music. I listen to Queens of Stone Age. I listen to sometimes Radiohead. Some of their stuff. They're really fast tempo stuff. I can get into some like what is it? Mastodon, Motherload. That song, the double bass and all that shit, I get into, man. Like, it's just, if I haven't heard that song in a while, fuck damn, man. I am just like, gassing, fucking, I'm just like redlining it the whole way through, because I'm just like, like I'm on a fucking warpath. Like I'm a fucking god warrior at the gym. Just fucking, just pushing through, muscling through. But yeah, but don't ask a person, hey, how many more you have to do, because, I mean, if I'm on 5, I'm not going to remember what the hell. I mean, I have had an older person ask me that, and it took everything in my being not to be like uber fucking pissed at him. I mean, when I'm at the gym, I'm not really a very nice person. Like, I just listen to my music. I just want to be at the, I mean, listen, the gym is kind of like work for me. It's not really recreation. I mean, the gym is my church. It's where I go to contemplate, to escape, right? It's where I get to put all the negative bullshit that I've had to take from people or had to deal with people throughout the day, and just be like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna put this negative into a positive. And I'll put it into my body, right? Building something beautiful and awesome. So yeah, so just don't do it. Don't interrupt the person. I don't care if you have to wait until they're done with their supersets or whatever. Just ask them. Just be like, hey, hey, bud, or hey, brother, do you mind when you're done that I get on? You know, or hey, man, how many more do you have to do? Because you know, and it's just one of those things where it's like you can do a different exercise, right? You know, I used to be in the realm of, man, I had a routine and I did not like to break that cycle. I did not like to do one exercise before I did this one, because usually I would do that exercise last, because that's the one where if I'm gassed out, like if I'm running on empty, then, you know, I could just, you know, push through it. Where it's like, if I do this other one, because the guy's on, or the gal, you know, if they're on the machine, then it's kind of like, or if they're on cable crossovers or whatever, you know, the free weights, whatever you delight, whatever you want to call it, then, you know, it would kind of break that cycle. But I just had to learn to, you know, say fuck it, you know, and just listen. Look, if I'm already gassed out, then I'll just do a little. I'll do a little bit light, and then next time I'll just bust it out, right? You know, because you know, sometimes that even improves your weight, your growth as well, for muscle growth. Sometimes you just can't keep on pushing, keep on redlining yourself, keep on going hard and going hard. So sometimes it helps. Sometimes kismet, fate, it comes in, kind of says, you know, all right, you know, I think I'm a big believer in things happen for reasons, you know, sometimes. So, you know, but yeah, but for the love of Pete's, don't interrupt the person while they're doing the workout. Just wait until they're done with their set, and then ask them. Simple as that. Another thing too, learn to not work out right next to the weight rack. If you have weights, back the fuck off. Go off to a corner somewhere where there is a mirror, and you can do your little, I don't want to say it, 2.5 pounds, okay? And be like, let's go, girls, Richard Simmons, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, and just do whatever the hell you're going to do. Because it's friggin' ridiculous to just stand there blocking the dumbbells, because now I'm having to reach over you or reach around you, or it'd be like, excuse me, pardon me, when I shouldn't have to. You should just have common sense and just move the fuck on. It's like it's like a fucking assembly line. Pick up your stupid weights, pick up your 2.5 pounds, and move the fuck over. While I get my, you know, whatever, 20s, 45s, whatever. I mean, and I don't mean to sound like, and yeah, I'm sounding like an asshole, but I mean, this is stuff where it's like, I may sound like an asshole, but I'm being real here, you know, because I may sound like an asshole, but these people are being assholes. Their actions are making them assholes because they have no consideration for others. Like, they're the center of the fucking universe. Like, oh, I pay here, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want to. I pay $50 for my membership here, bud. Or I know management. Okay? You know, or whatever the fuck. You know, it's like, listen, look here, sweetheart, or fucking, you know, bro, or whatever. I pay the same shit too. But you don't see me being an asshole and just blocking the fucking weights. Like, I'm just like the fucking the mighty Quinn or some shit, right? So yeah, just fucking aim, man. Grab your shit and go. What else? I don't know. I got that's as far as I got on this one. I mean, it's almost 50. I mean, well, it is. It's after 15 minutes. Almost 15:30. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. If a person's doing squats, male or female, and I understand, ladies, some of them at the gym, they got the nice juicy booty. Brother, I'm there with you. Don't stare. And if for God's sakes, if you have to look, be inconspicuous. Don't just be like, damn, look at that ass, bro. Look at that ass, bro. Damn. Just don't fucking do that stupid shit. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is, man. It's like, I mean, you're not just like staring at the woman or the dude, you're gawking at them. Come on, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I've, been with hot chicks and I've seen hot chicks, been with them, seen them, done them, yeah, man. I mean, but, it's one of those things, dude. It's like, yeah, come on. For real. It's like usually, man, women don't want nothing to do with your ass at the fucking gym. Just like my ass, I really don't want anything to do with anybody at the gym at all. I don't care if they're hot or not. It's like, unless, like there's our exceptions, like if, a person, they need a spot or something. And I'm, just kind of like, okay. I mean, if they were to say, oh, come on, handsome, then I'd be like, well, okay, this once. Just this once. Because you called me handsome. But you didn't call me Cobra. But you got my first name right. But yeah, so, yeah, don't, male or female, or transgender, or whatever the fuck you want to go by. Don't gawk people, right? Okay? Because you wouldn't do that shit out in public. People wear yoga pants, people wear, more, like runner shorts at the gym and stuff. Because it's just one of the, because you're doing full range of motion and stuff. Especially like if you're doing squats and stuff like with legs, like, yeah, you need stuff that's more loosely fit than like fucking jeans or like baggy pants, right? I mean, and also too, you don't really want baggy pants because you don't want shit, because you're gonna have to pull them up, right? Because of all the slack and all the looseness. I mean, baggy pants are good, but still, it's like you still have that friction there, where it's like shorter shorts, like runner shorts. The reason why people wear them is because there's nothing to pull up. It hits a certain height, and without revealing anything, especially for males. But yeah, that's why. I mean, and and so yeah. I mean, but yeah, but just don't gawk people. Look at them. If somebody were to say some shit, I mean, that's like, I understand. It's like, hey, you want to learn, you want to see their form, their technique. That's one thing, right? You know what I'm saying? So don't get it mistaken where it's like, because I mean, I know that, I've never had this happen to me, but I can imagine, somebody, just hypothetically speaking, being, just wanting to see how they do a squat and them trying to, looking at their posture, at their mobility and stuff like that, to have better, to like, like, okay, like, what am I doing wrong? Especially like, if you have like scoliosis or something like that, in your spine, where it's just, you know, and scoliosis is basically, you know, your back is kind of shaped like an S, kind of. It kind of curls, you know, like that. And so yeah, it kind of, so that I can understand, and that's one thing too. And then which segues into another thing where it's like critiquing people at the gym. Don't fucking do it, right? Don't just listen. Look, man, people are idiots sometimes. Okay, let them do what they do, right? I used to have a friend. He was in crew, and he would, when he would do the rowing machine, he would do the rowing machine, and then he would do actual, like the the back, right? The back row, right? You know, you kind of sit down and you do like that, like close grip. Well, what he would do, he would, you know, actually, you know, go all the way out and then pull in, right? So he would go all the way out and then pull in. Well, because he was a part of a crew team, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're using all that momentum, right? And he's a professional. You know, the guy was fucking part of the high school, and I think he went collegiate as well too. Well, this one asshole at the gym, and I'm gonna call him an asshole because that's what he was being, an asshole, basically told him, "Oh, you're doing that wrong." And my buddy, it was like, "No, dude, I'm not doing it wrong. So just back off, man. I don't need your help." And he's like, "No, you're doing it. You're gonna hurt yourself." I'm like, and you know, and my buddy was just like, "Dude, step off, bro. Really, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I do. Just leave it alone." You know, and then finally, the dude was just trying to argue with him, and my buddy got so pissed off and mad that he just fucking left. You know, but he could my friend could have probably beat his ass, but you know, he probably would have went to jail too for being this guy's ass. But instead, he was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to, you know, get in an altercation with this guy. I'm just going to leave. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. The guy didn't know that, you know, the guy is telling my friend that he's doing it wrong. Didn't know that he's actually a professional, was a part of the crew team, right? You know, in high school. He doesn't fucking know. I mean, you know, and that's the thing is that if you see somebody fucked up and doing stuff wrong, it's one thing if a person's fucked up where they have like a 45 on one side and then a 35 on the other, right? And they're about to do a fucking squat. Like they got the bar up here and like a 45's over here, 35's over here. That's one thing. But to creep oh shit. To basically I can't say the word now. To creak, right? I can't say it. To be skeptic to another person. Yeah, to creak. Yeah, to creak a person. I think that's how I say it. Damn it, man! Now I can't say it anymore. To be skeptic of a person and and their working out regimen. I still think of that damn word, man. But to do that to a person, it's not good. Don't do it. Just unless if they're putting themselves in like immediate danger, right? Like what I said. I mean, because they could lose because if you have a 45 on here and a 35 on another, well, that fucking weight is probably gonna well, since it's less, it's gonna dump this way, right? And the bar can, you know, and if there's like glass over there, it's gonna shatter the glass. So, yeah, that's the bad thing. So, or well, may go this way since it's heavier. Yeah, and may go there. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. So like me and physics right now, we just don't get along. But yeah, either way, the shit's gonna tip. I can tell you that. So, if there's not enough counterbalance to hold it in place. So, like if you have 10 on one side and 45 on another, yeah, that bitch is tipping. So that I will tell you, that motherfucker going tip. One false move. But yeah, so yeah, that's so just don't to creak a person. Just don't do it. I know that's wrong. But gosh. Yeah, that sucks. That's a live stream too. I just roll the punches. We are live and inspired. That's what this is all about. But yeah. So just don't do it. Alright. I know I got one more in me. I can make this 30. I just gotta think really hard. 15 seconds. I had it and I lost it. What else? Oh yeah. I will say this. Don't be in such a rush to when you work out. Okay, so here's a thing. Here's a little tip. Don't, like, if you're doing flat bench, right? Don't do this craziness. You know, don't be in such a hurry. What you want to do, you want to pull all the way up, pause for a minute, pause for a sec, just pause, and then come slowly back down, all the way to your chest, right? All the way up, pause for a sec, go all the way back down, so, right? Because the slower that you do it, the more of a tear you will get, okay? Because the negatives are just as important as the positive, right? So, pushing up is positive, coming back down are the negatives. And I will say this, what you would want to do, especially for pushing up the positives, go explosion, right? So explode, right? So, just explode, just get all that, get it out, and just, go up. But do it controlled, and that's the key. You just don't want to be like a fucking wild man pushing that shit. And then when you come back down, go slow. And here's another thing too. Good rule of thumb is to do, if you're gonna do like 3 sets of 10, and if you want to increase the weight, do 3 sets of 6 to 10, right? If you can only get 4, that means that it's too much weight. Drop 10 to 20 pounds. Guarantee you'll get your 6 to 10. And also too, let your ego go, right? The only person that you should be worried about at the gym is yourself. You shouldn't be working out. If you're working out, if you see the gym as the next social club, you shouldn't fucking be there. I know people who go to the gym, they do 1 set, and then they talk for like 30 to 45 minutes. And it's fucking ridiculous. They haven't even done a full exercise. They haven't even done like 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 6 or 3 sets of 8. They've done 1 fucking set of 1 exercise. Then they go off and talk for 30 minutes. Oh yeah, another one, which kind of segues into that. Don't lounge on the fucking equipment, right? If you're talking to a person, don't lounge. Just don't like do this shit on a barbell. It's fucking retarded, number one, that you're doing this shit. Because somebody may want to fucking use the incline bench or decline bench or whatever you have your hand on. Because what you're saying is that you own this equipment. You're saying that I'm here, I'm fucking using it, or this is my space, nobody can occupy it. It's fucking bullshit. If you feel the need to lounge, sit the fuck down, and like yoga style or some shit. I don't care. Or get a fucking chair, man, and sit down. because apparently you've been doing more jabba-john than you have fucking working out. Because apparently, you're all about socializing. And I'm sorry to say, the gym's not really a good place to socialize until like afterwards, right? And that's and so yeah. So and yeah, I'm sorry that I may sound like a dick, but listen, look, I have 20 fucking years, 2 decades of experience with working out, and I see this shit on a daily basis. And it's just like when it comes down to it, I'm like, are all you people insane? Were you not grown up with manners? Were you grown up in a fucking barn? And it's not because I live in Tennessee, right? You know, I mean, I've seen it when I was in the military. I've seen it, when I lived up north. I've seen it when I lived in the Midwest. I've seen it every fucking where. So it's all, everybody has like a collective consciousness. Like for some reason, when it comes to the fucking gym, they just do the same dumb shit. Because a lot of them cannot get it through their thick fucking skulls that, hey man, it's called etiquette. You may not have to like it. You may not want to do it, but sure as fuck need to respect it. And with that, it's been 31 minutes. So I am going to say, love to all, come escape for life, and aloha. Confidence, baby.